So cold take here, but it turns out that JK Rowling is transphobic. And also pretty racist and fatphobic. And that is showing up more now and now, but it also really showed up in her books, if you look for it. Evil characters are continually described as stereotypically Jewish or as breaking gender norms in ways that the narrative finds reprehensible. And if you don't believe me, just look at the goblins or how the Dursleys' weight is part of what makes them gross human beings, according to the books. And characters we're meant to judge, like Rita Skeeter, often have quote-unquote mannish hands, or have otherwise transphobic descriptions. But none of this changes the fact that for me, Harry Potter was a transformative and massively influential piece of media in my childhood and young adult years, and if we're being honest, also my adult years, my now years. So here I am, a gender whatever individual, and I'm making a freaking Slytherin outfit. As Rue on the Be Queer Make Stuff Discord community said, hiss hiss, motherfuckers. The outfit I'm designing will be vaguely based on Edwardian themes that I personally find delightful. But, of course, it's going to be designed for me specifically, and that means no corset, and instead I'm designing for something that has a lot of elements from historically female dress and putting them onto an outfit that is for my body, with a fairly flat chest and a more historically male silhouette. I really love projects that play around with stuff like this, so I'm not going to lie, this whole thing has me pretty psyched. If we can't say fuck it and put a sparkling wrecking ball through it, really, what's the point? I'm designing the shirt to have two layers. The underlayer will be a thin cotton voile or something similar, and the body of the shirt will be very plain because its only purpose is to prevent the insertion lace on the outer layer of the shirt from being too transparent. The arms of the shirt will have lots and lots of lovely pin tucks though, because I love pin tucks, and I've never actually made them, and that needs to be fixed with lots and lots of pin tucks. The outer shirt will be made out of a slightly thicker material just to improve draping and not have it be too overly transparent. So I'll either use another voile or maybe a batiste or some other cotton. I still want it to be ethereal, but more shirt-like. Because unlike things made for actual Edwardian and Victorian people, I won't be wearing like a bajillion under things. I won't have my corset and my corset cover and all of that. It'll just be me in these shirts. So this has to do a little bit of extra duty. Here again, I'll have the shirt be loose-fitting, but I will be tucking it into the trousers. The front will have serpentine insertion lace and little cap sleeves. The main design element really though is going to be that curving insertion lace, and I might have to get a little bit creative with how I go about doing that in real life. I might well have to cut little wedges out of it and hand sew it into curves. I'm not quite sure. I'm going to have to play around with some mock-ups to see what works, but that design element is pretty important to me, so I'll figure it out. And finally, there will be a cape. Because it's a wizarding outfit, there has to be a cape. It's like the rules, right? I want this to be wool with possibly a silk or silk-like lining or something really luscious on the inside. And it will either have covered buttons or these silver metal buttons I picked up that I really like. And depending on what I find and what I do in mock-ups, I might put a whole bunch of like silver braid design all over the hem in like little snake-like patterns, because I want this to be super Slytherin and also really pretty. So the cape is going to have 2 layers to it, a mid-waist length main layer and then an off-the-shoulder tier above it, kind of like an Inverness cape a little bit. And then I want to have some big-ass Watteau pleats across the back, maybe a double pleat. I actually don't know if I'm saying that right. Watteau? I've never heard it out loud. Watteau. It seems like it should be Watteau. So I'm going to call them Watteau pleats across the back. Just like that. So that's the design. Ta-da! Now I just have to figure out how to make it.
Alright, I have fancy water, and most importantly, I have a box. So maybe like a week or so ago, I took the plunge and I ordered a bunch of samples from Mood. Oh, so let's see what I got. And I think this qualifies as an unboxing video, which means that I might be like a young now. I don't know if I'm a young. Y'all, I don't think I'm young. The thing that I'm most excited about is all of the samples. So I bought, so Mood, if you're not familiar with Mood fabrics, they let you get like really nice sized samples. They do cost money. They're like $1.50 each. So like, you know, you don't want to do them for no reason at all, but they're relatively inexpensive and you can actually like feel what the fabric feels like and see what the color looks like in real light, not just on your monitor screen. So it's definitely worth it in my opinion, especially if you're going to be spending some money on the project, right? Like if you're going to be buying nice fabric from Mood, you want it to be fabric that's right. So I got my little pile of samples and I'm just going to look through them and share them with you, and I'm kind of excited. Alright, let's take a look at all of these samples. I'm so excited. Okay, so I just basically went through the Mood website and grabbed anything interesting in the colors green. And some of them are like, I can already tell are like clearly a no. This is very bright. It's not what I need. So it's going in the "you tried" category. Poor buddy. Okay, this one, I know what this one is. I put this in my swatch cart as kind of a treat to myself. It's not something that I can afford, but look at it. Just look at it. It's so beautiful. I want to keep petting it. It's so luscious. It's really, really lovely. It's also very expensive. But like, it would be such a good lining for that cloak that I have in planning. It would be such a good lining for that cloak. It might also be a really lovely waistcoat, even though I don't have a waistcoat planned for this project, just like in general, unrelated waistcoat that I want to make. Oh, it's really lovely. I just want to keep petting it. So yeah, so this could be, if I fail at dyeing the white cotton voile, this could be a very nice undershirt material. It is not voile, it's not what I was thinking of, but I kind of like how shiny and like luxe it feels. It really does feel fancy. And I'm not against the color, honestly. So that could be really nice as an undershirt, and this could be a lovely overshirt. It's not quite the right color combination, but if I'm able to play around with dyes a little bit, I might be able to get it right. It's definitely a good contender. I think it will look really classy with some lace in there. And then I think this could be a really lovely trouser. And honestly, it's not the look I was thinking of. I'm a little torn whether or not which of these should be the trouser, right? Like, this is a more obvious trouser choice. It has more of a dark feel. Often you want to have that sort of look together. This would be the top pieces, the shirts, and the trousers. But I am... Yeah, I think basically this will be how I go forward with the main body pieces. I'm still unsure of how I want to use the cloak. I really like this. It might be the wrong... I don't know. It's a lot lighter than I was thinking. Again, my cats are losing it in that box behind me. So, we'll see. I feel like despite the fact that I anticipated all of these swatches to bring me answers, I actually have more questions. It's ongoing. But I will make oh my god, this just looks so good. It just looks so beautiful. Oh. Maybe it'll go on sale someday. And that's all I've got. Until next time, be queer and make stuff. And if you haven't already checked it out, over on patreon.com/bequeermakestuff, you can support this YouTube channel as well as join a really cool Discord with other people who are queer and allied, who are making stuff and showing it off. And I really recommend you come check us out and have fun. I'll see you next time, guys. Bye bye.